We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Real estate investors leaving New York, more student loan forgiveness, the first private spacecraft reaches the moon, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. A group of almost a dozen attorneys general across the U.S. have sent a letter to the Biden administration warning that DEI hiring practices within the Federal Aviation Administration are putting airline passengers in danger. We are troubled by some recent reports regarding your agency's hiring practices and priorities, Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach and 10 other attorneys general wrote to the FAA Administrator Michael Whitaker. It seems that the FAA has placed diversity bean counting over safety and expertise, and we worry that such misordered priorities could be catastrophic for American travelers, wrote the attorneys generals. According to the letter, the FAA under the Biden administration appears to prioritize virtue signaling diversity efforts over aviation expertise, and this calls into question the agency's commitment to safety. Hopes for an interest rate cut were put on hold. The central bank's minutes from the latest meeting, released Wednesday, indicate that the Federal Reserve officials need to see more evidence that inflation is trending lower before they move to reduce interest rates. Policymakers don't expect rates to go higher in this economic cycle, but nor are they ready to cut. The minutes reflect the proceedings of the January 30th to 31st Federal Open Market Committee meeting. Subsequently, inflation data for January came in higher than expected, after decelerating for most of the past year. As Biden's poll numbers drop among young voters, his administration is attempting to bribe young people by canceling $1.2 billion worth of student loans for nearly 153,000 people who are eligible under a program used to make good on his promises to increase loan forgiveness. Biden last year pledged to find other avenues for tackling debt relief after the Supreme Court in June blocked his broader plan to cancel $430 billion in student loan debt. Left-leaning progressives and young voters who support Biden needs to win re-election in November have been vocal in advocating for student loan forgiveness on a wide scale. However, the majority of Americans largely oppose such actions. Google has issued an apology for what it describes as inaccuracies in some historical image generation depictions with its Gemini AI tool, saying its attempts at creating a wide range of results missed the mark. The statement follows criticism that it depicted specific white figures like the U.S. founding fathers or groups like Nazi-era German soldiers as people of color. When asked to depict a white person, Gemini responded that it was unable to do that. We're aware that Gemini is offering inaccuracies in some historical image generation depiction, says the Google statement, which was posted yesterday on X. We're working to improve these kinds of depictions immediately. Gemini's AI image generation does generate a wide range of people, and that's generally a good thing because people around the world use it. But it's missing the mark here. As with many DEI programs, Google has failed to understand that diversity includes everyone. The program refused to create images of white people even when specifically asked to. President Biden's dog, Commander, reportedly bit and attacked numerous U.S. Secret Service personnel in at least 24 incidents between October 2022 and July 2023 before he was ultimately removed from the White House campus. Newly released internal Secret Service documents posted publicly by the Black Vault and obtained by various news organizations reveal at least 24 incidents in which the German Shepherd bit or attempted to bite Secret Service staff members or others. In the first incident documented, the Secret Service member reported holding a door open to the Palm Room on the West Colonnade side when Biden took Commander out to the South grounds. Commander and POTUS were entering the Palm Room through the West Colonnade. Commander came in first, circled back, and grabbed my left arm, the report read. He then stood up and backed down. He is literally my height standing, said the Secret Service agent. It is important to notice that dogs in general do not simply bite people. They are trained to do so or respond to the attitudes of their owner, in this case, President Biden. Some nationwide real estate investors like Cardone Capital's Grant Cardone have started telling their teams to pack their bags and leave New York after the verdict in former President Trump's fraud trial. We thought this year was the opportunity to come into Chicago, California, and New York City. I've been waiting for 40 years now to invest in that marketplace. I was completely confident this was the year to come, Cardone stated. And when that ruling happened, it was like pencils down, don't touch it, don't go there. The business leader gained recent recognition after he posted on X that his firm would immediately discontinue all underwriting on New York City real estate to focus on other markets like Texas and Florida. Cardone further claimed that New York has risks that outweigh the opportunities in terms of property value, and the blue state has shown its politicalization when it comes to doing business. Odysseus, a lunar lander built by Intuitive Machines, is orbiting the moon, aiming to be the first private spacecraft to successfully land on the lunar surface. If touchdown is successful on Thursday evening, it will also be the first U.S. mission to the moon since NASA ended the Apollo program in 1972. Odysseus continues to be in excellent health in lunar orbit, Houston's Intuitive Machines said Wednesday night. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.